Welcome all my home buyers out there. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in the city of Hutto, Texas, in the community of Emory Crossing, and the builder we're looking at is Taylor Morrison. These are all three of the model homes in this community by Taylor Morrison. Here's a nice little 360 cam with my DJI drone. I fly my drone with all these master plan communities so you can get extra just context when it comes to what the layout looks like, especially from the sky. I know it gives just a bit more context. And here is a map of what the future phases are going to look like. Now, this is super important because Emory Crossing, Taylor Morrison is going to be building here for the next couple years. They have 8 different phases, and they're only about to start on phase 3. Phase 1, if you're looking at this map from left to right, so from the far left is phase 1, then you have phase 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So phase 1 is pretty much sold out. Phase 2, they have a handful of lots left, and phase 3 is what they're currently building and accepting offers on. And that's where the bulk of their inventory is going to be available and be ready to move in by the end of this year. I'm looking at their inventory sheets. A lot of it's scheduled to be done by September, October, some in August completion time. And this is a variety of different floor plans, anywhere between 3 beds, 3-2, 4-3s, or 3 beds, 2.5. And in this community, I'm seeing like the price range of $300,000 to $500,000, right? And they have amazing incentives. So they have a great price point. It's in the city of Hutto, which once I tell you about Samsung moving into Taylor, Texas, which is their next door, that's huge. A huge opportunity. This is going to be the biggest opportunity here in Central Texas because of Samsung and communities like Emory Crossing that are coming up to buy a home. When you think of like home appreciation, and as we look into towards the future, so phase 3 is what they're currently what they currently have. Future inventory that they're currently taking offers on. Phase 2, handful of lots left. Phase 1, they're pretty much done. And take a good note, that's not just an illustration, that's a green belt, and there's actually walkable trails. So when it's all said and done, this community is going to be so beautiful. It's going to have green belts. It's going to have walking trails. I think you could see them. I'm going to have drone shots of the amenity center. It's done and completed, and that's a nice little. I don't think there's fish in that pond, but it's a nice little not natural. It's a nice man-made lake. So there you go. Here are the models. Again, so you can tour all 3 of them the same day. I like when the builder has it all next to each other. Here's a good shot of the amenity center and a good shot of phase 3. So you can kind of see phase 3, it's flat. You can see where some of the dirt's being moved and leveled off. And you can see a little bit there on the corner top left, some of the construction, some of the stick building they're doing already for phase 3. So that's what that looks like. And that's the amenity center, resort style pool. They have a kids playground, and you could see all the trails, walking trails already for this community, and how it hugs the green belt. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, right across from the amenity center, I really want to point this out. So there's 2 builders here. David Weekley is only building these townhomes that you see across the street from this amenity center. That's all they're building. So Taylor Morrison is the only builder that's going to be building single family homes in this specific community. Now, I'll let this video keep playing, but in that original map, you can kind of, I'll point out exactly where the townhomes are in comparison to the single family homes, because there's not that many townhomes. It's going to be predominantly homes like this, single family homes. So this is the Canadian floor plan. This one's 4 beds, 2.5 baths, 2,260 square feet. It's a 1-story, 2-car garage. It's a quick move-in ready. They had a recent price drop of $45,000. So it was originally offered at $505,473. Now with that price drop, it's being offered at $473 for a 4-bed, 2.5 bath home, and that's not even including the incentives that they're offering for this quick move-in. Now, one thing I really like about this floor plan is that has 2.5 baths, right? The 4 bedrooms, great. I like the layout of it. It's very common the way it's kind of structure where they have the owner suite towards the back of the house that we'll see here in a minute. And then they have the other two bedrooms towards the front of the house, but separated by a bathroom. And then you have the fourth bedroom on the opposite end. So where kind of like the owner suite is, that would be great for like a guest because it's private. It's private. And you have that half bathroom. So you have that powder room. So for guests, or if you're entertaining, they'll have two bathrooms that they could use, that powder room or that other full bathroom where the other two bedrooms are. That I'll point out here. Don't worry, I won't. I'll point out everything that I'm saying. So here, but we are in the master. We're in the owner's suite, the owner's bathroom, master bedroom, owner's suite. I use those words interchangeably because I grew up it being called the master bedroom, master bath, but nowadays we call it owner suite, primary suite. So that's all the same. It all means the same thing. It just, if you're want to be more PC or not. Now, one big draw to this community and just the city of Hutto is because of Samsung. Samsung is moving into Taylor, Texas. This is going to be the biggest opportunity of a lifetime because Samsung, when it's all said and done, is going to put Taylor, Texas on the map. It's going to put Texas on the map, not just Taylor, Texas, but Texas on the map because of the semiconductor plant that they're building, right? And semiconductors are super important because that's what's used for AI. And so semiconductors are going to be the wave of the future, and they're investing billions and billions of dollars, $41 billion, if I'm not mistaken. Samsung is investing into Central Texas in developing the infrastructure. And that's going to result in tens of thousands of jobs for the city of Hutto and Taylor and surrounding areas. So I kind of got lost here in my story. Give me a second. Here's the powder room. Here's the powder room for guests. And here is the 2-car garage. Okay, now I'm tracking. So that bedroom we were just looking at would be ideal for guests because it's very private and it's on the same side as like the owner's suite, the master bedroom, right? And you have like your own little private hallway. You have the mudroom there from the garage. So it's very, I think, private and perfect for guests. That's how I would see this. I would use it for this floor plan, or just giving you an idea, right? So here are the other two bedrooms towards the front of the house, right? That share this bathroom in between. That could also be used for guests too. So you have two bathrooms that they could use, which is a big plus. I wish this floor plan had 4 beds, 3 baths, but 2.5. I'll take it, especially for the price point, especially for the area, and especially because it's a Taylor Morrison house. Taylor Morrison is building all throughout the Austin area. Okay, so here's the second bedroom, right, side by side. This floor plan is very common. I've seen this floor plan with other builders, so it's nothing really unique about it. But I do like it, the general layout overall, because of it has those 2 baths that you could use for guests. That's not part of the owner's suite, the primary, the master bedroom, which is a big plus. And let me see here. Do I want to pause for anything? This home actually backs up against a trail / green belts that we'll see here in a minute, because I did get a shot of the back here. So this is a personal preference. If you want that kind of privacy, you might not get it with the people walking there, but it's beautiful. Look at that. You have the green belt there. And so this would be your backyard. No backyard neighbor. And this is in phase 2. This home is in phase 2. So if you really want a home in phase 2, this would be it, because it's quick move-in ready home. There are incentives from the builder tied for this home if you can close within the next 30 to 60 days. A lot of these incentives, folks, you could use to help with the interest rate. So check out this. So here's the green belt. Here's a nice walking trail. So this would be your backyard. These incentives are tied with getting pre-approved with their lender. And the builders usually have their own in-house lender, or they have partnered up with a lender that's not within their company, but you have to get pre-approved with them. And that's how you are able to unlock these incentives. And these incentives are usually flex cash, quote unquote, that you could use to help pay for the closing costs, help buy down the interest rate, which most buyers tend to do, because the interest rate is what makes or breaks your purchasing power, period. So and most buyers, especially first-time home buyers, are very sensitive, and they really want to be comfortable in what their monthly mortgage is going to be, especially when you tack on property taxes, you tack on home insurance. That kind of adds up, right? So using that money to either buy down the interest rate. Let me pause this here really quick, and I'll come back to the financial incentives because I really want to talk about this article that is going to just probably sell you on this community. So in Hutto, Texas, or just the city of Hutto. So in Hutto, Texas, what's being proposed is this 113 acre development, mixed use, right? So it's not, they haven't broken ground. It's been proposed, but this is just showing you the kind of momentum that Hutto is bringing because of Samsung and all these businesses coming because of Samsung, right? So in this 113 acre development, they're going to have 600 multifamily residential units. They're going to expand the existing Brushy Creek trails. They're going to have greenbelt and water features, 60,000 square feet of restaurant and retail space, a grocery store, hotel or medical facility, and 3 logistic buildings totaling 700,000 square feet, large hall-like spaces often used for storage, order picking, or distributing of goods. Developers anticipate 800 to 1,000 jobs will be created, and the development is expected to generate an estimated $9.8 million in property and sales tax revenue. So that's huge. As the city grows and it attracts more business, that's good for the residents because that's tax dollars for your city, right? But you could see these improvements. And that's just one. Right now, there is something called the Hutto Co-op, where you're going to have your fine dining, like your entertainment, and that's currently been going on for the last couple of years. They've broken ground. They're doing it in different phases. Right now, they've opened up a couple of nice restaurants, and it looks beautiful. And that's right next to their downtown kind of like Hutto area. It's almost their neighboring. I have a video of it. I flew my drone out there. Just on my channel, look for something called Hutto. Just type in Hutto and you'll find all my videos about Hutto because I've done multiple videos covering this area, especially the Hutto Co-op. But that's super exciting to know that all this demand, there's so many developers flocking to the east side of Williamson County because of Samsung, right? Samsung is going to put Taylor, Texas, Hutto, Texas, Round Rock, Texas on the map because there's so many businesses that are going to be coming here to support Samsung. So this is huge. This is going to be the opportunity of a lifetime if you for work, for your home appreciation, to buy a home in general. Okay, so there was the map I really wanted to talk about one more time before I end things off here now, because it really talks about the phases. And here we go. So kind of going back to the David Wakely thing. So if you look at the map here, everything in yellow for the most part, even that kind of tan, kind of peach color, that's Taylor Morrison. And no, I take that back. I'm right. Okay, so it is the more the maroon color, not so much the peach color, but the maroon color. So it's not a lot of it. That's going to be where the townhomes by David Wakely are going to be built. So it's only going to be a handful of townhomes. So it's going to be more predominantly single family homes built by Taylor Morrison. But there you go. That's how you kind of can get a visual of that. And last thing I want to talk about before I end things off was this going back to the financial incentives, right? So these incentives you could use for helping buy down that interest rate. If you can even use it to help pay for some of those closing costs, right? So depending on where you're at financially, how much you have saved up, it's this flex cash is flexible to use however you want, in the sense of like, if you want to bring almost nothing to the closing table, you could use it for that purpose. Or if you want to just use all that cash to help buy down the interest rate a few points, then you could do that too. So you can lower your monthly income, your monthly mortgage, what that would be. Because again, you have your monthly mortgage, you have your property taxes, you have your home insurance, among other things that you have to consider, that and the HOA that kind of add to your overall monthly cost. So I know, for especially my first time home buyers, you're very sensitive to that, and you really want to you want to get into this window that's where you're comfortable with the payment. So we could talk about that. The lender is great for talking about that, running different scenarios to show you like, okay, what makes the most sense. And again, it really all depends. Again, there's no one size fits all when it comes to the financing side. It really depends on where you're at financially. What do you want? Like, what's important to you? Sometimes it's nice to have that kind of cash reserves, so you don't need to bring so much cash to the closing table. That's something that you will talk with the lender about, so you can run those different scenarios so you're comfortable. The big part And the big point I'm trying to make is that I want you to be comfortable with the payment and be comfortable with the whole financing process, because it's so important. And I know it's very overwhelming at first because these are big numbers that we're talking about. And I know it's a big commitment, but be confident that a home in this area, Hutto, Texas, Taylor, Texas, especially because a lot of these homes, I'm looking at their inventory sheets, are anywhere in the range of $300,000 to $500,000, right? For homes in this community. Brand new homes built by Taylor Morrison. You're going to have the home warranty. You're going to have the peace of mind knowing that you're not going to have any major breakdowns in the immediate future. And you have that home warranty to lean on in the event something does happen, right? And again, with third-party inspections, that's going to mitigate your risk to make sure that the builder did not skip a beat, right? So what should you do? What your next step should be? If you're looking to buy within the next 60 days, then you should hit me up right away. Let's do a Zoom call really quick so we can get some face-to-face time. Let's figure out where you're at on your journey, if you've gotten pre-approved or not. And if you haven't, that's great. Let me set you up with one of my partners so we can, at least we have to figure out what your budget is. And then we'll figure out the community that fits your budget. And I don't want us to lean towards the top of your budget, because again, I don't want you to be house poor. But I also will keep in mind that with these incentives, so even if you do like stuff that's towards the top of your budget, with these incentives, we can still see what those numbers look like and then see if you're comfortable. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. If not, during the Zoom call, I'll explain it in greater detail. And I could say it a couple different ways, but for the sake of the length of this video, just understand that there's a process to this, but ultimately, I want to make sure that we get into your home that checks the boxes, and that you're not house poor, where you're just very uncomfortable with the monthly payment. Because again, these little things add up with the mortgage insurance, the property taxes, home insurance. All these things add up to your monthly overall payment, and I want to make sure you're comfortable. So if you're looking at homes to buy this year, just not in the next 30 to 60 days, then let's still schedule a consultation. I love when we have time on our side. That way we get to build a relationship, get to know each other, and we can really figure out what steps do you need to do to get you there, right? As far as like, hey, do you need to fix your credit? I have something like that. I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel for that. Do you just need to speak to a lender so you can figure out just what the financing looks like? Because you're curious, right? You just want to run scenarios. Lenders love doing that. Lenders love running scenarios to see what you're qualified for, so we can get you on a path towards homeownership, right? Because all of us at the end of the day want to see you achieve the dream of homeownership. And with new construction, it's making it more and more possible, because again, these builders, because they have partnered up, or sometimes some of these builders have their own lenders, there's just more flexibility in the financing, right? So if we're looking at homes just like this that are in the price range of $300,000 to $500,000, on top of that, you're getting these incentives to help lower down the interest rate. So it's going to help you with your monthly payment. I mean, this is like a win-win scenario. Austin is a very special place compared to the rest of America, because we have affordable housing. We have these incentives, these amazing incentives of, that equal tens of thousands of dollars here, literally tens of thousands of dollars, to help you, the buyer, get into one of their homes and have an interest rate, have a monthly payment that's within your means. So my name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. We were in the city of Hutto, Texas, looking at Taylor Morrison in a community called Emory Crossing. Give me a shout out if you want a tour, if you want a private tour, or let's do a Zoom call so we can get some face-to-face time and have a meaningful conversation on how I can be of service, and let's see which community is the best fit, because there's so many. Austin, Texas has so much new construction of these master plan communities, and they all have the different kind of vibes and just a feel of like what the surrounding areas are, especially depending on what's important to you and your personal life. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.